Howdy folks, Nathan Edlin here in Culver City, California, and behind me, the brand new Fiat 500X. Roman had an opportunity to talk to a representative, a product planner for this vehicle, and that's coming up next.
All right, Matt, we are standing in front of something unusual, right? It is the very first brand new Fiat that you have brought to the United States. I mean, you brought other Fiats, but they've been available before.
Yeah.
So tell me about the brand new Fiat 500X. What makes it so special?
Well, this is actually a brand new platform for the Fiat brand globally.
Yep.
It's a small, wide architecture, and it gives us the ability for all-wheel drive. So not only do you have a great vehicle, but we're also going to have all-wheel drive available for the Fiat lineup for the first time.
So that's why you didn't put it on the L, huh?
The 500X is very similar from design on the platform from the 500L, except for it's been completely modified to house the all-wheel drive. So it will give you a completely different driving dynamic. And as you look at the car, there's a lot of similarities between the iconic 500 and the 500X. You see the clamshell hood. You see the front whiskers that are iconic to the brand. You see the trapezoidal front grille. Those are all things that kind of pay homage back to the original 500, along with all of our vehicles in the Fiat lineup have the projector headlamps. So when you look at this particular model, the 500X comes in two distinctly different styled vehicles. This happens to be a trekking model, and you can see that the front fascia is a little bit more athletic looking, and it will change some characteristics of the exterior and interior of the car, giving two distinct different flavors of the 500X in the showroom.
Hey, let's pop the hood. Why don't you pop the hood and show me what's underneath? So there are two engine choices, right?
There's two engine choices. The 500X comes in two engine choices, but primarily it's going to come with this particular engine, which is the 2.4 liter Tiger Shark.
I love the name Tiger Shark. That's so cool.
Yeah, it's 180 horsepower
yeah,
and 170 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 9-speed transmission. We do have a 1.4 liter turbo available, but that will be only available in our entry-level model with 160 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque.
And is there a manual transmission option?
That would be on the 1.4 liter turbo with a 6-speed manual transmission.
Now, one thing that's kind of unusual about this car is you've got, what do you call it, the Fiat Select Control?
Yeah.
You can change. Tell me about that.
The Fiat brand is known for the fun-to-drive aspects, and this really delivers that through the horsepower to weight ratio as well as the Fiat Dynamic Selector.
Let's go inside. Show
Okay.
me. Let's sit down. We'll sit down and we'll check it out.
So this is the interior of the Fiat 500X. All of our vehicles have the 3.5-inch TFT that's fully customizable for the cluster. This particular model has a 6.5-inch Uconnect system that gives you navigation, high-definition radio, serious traffic to kind of route you around problem areas. And then it also comes with some great technology like heated steering wheel and seat, and then the Fiat Dynamic Selector that really allows you to change the driving characteristics of the 500X. So in normal mode, that gives you the best steering feel, it gives you the best fuel economy, and then it also gives you normal shift points in the transmission. If you want the car to really come to life, you can put it into sport mode. It adjusts the throttle mapping, kind of elongates the shift patterns, and changes the throttle mapping and steering feel to give it that more aggressive feel. And then no matter if you get front wheel or all-wheel drive, we have the Traction Plus, and this helps you in kind of loose or poor traction situations. It adjusts electronic stability control and the transmission shift points to help you maximize traction. So again, these are all things that we've done to help the owners kind of customize the vehicle for the way they want it to react.
And have you guys announced fuel economy yet? Numbers?
We have not. We're about to, probably a couple of weeks away from being able to announce that, but it will get over 30 highway miles per gallon.
Obviously, the question people might want to know is, what's the difference between this and the Jeep Renegade? They're very similar. They're built on the same platform. How do you distinguish it in the Fiat model?
So the great thing about starting with two distinctly different objectives is we were able to lay out what we as a Fiat brand wanted to deliver, and the Renegade was able to do the same thing. We are for on-road confidence and fun to drive, while the Jeep heritage and off-road capability is what they were focusing on. So it's very similar hardware, designed differently, and software is completely differently.
So basically, I guess if you were to sum it up, would you say this is more of an on-road all-wheel drive system, whereas that is more of an off-road all-wheel drive system?
Yeah, the 500X is for on-road confidence, and the Renegade would be more off-road performance.
All right, let's jump in the back. Let's see how much room you got.
Okay.
You're a big guy, right?
Yeah, my seat was already back, so I'm 6'4" and can fit inside the 500X in the rear seat.
And I love this. Yeah, that's so cool. Dual sunroof. What is your favorite feature? That's a softball question.
You know what, the features I really like about the 500X is all the technology we put into it. The Fiat Dynamic Selector is fantastic, but some of the features that are more for customer protection, like the blind spot, the cross path, the rear parking sensors, lane departure warning, forward collision mitigation, technology you wouldn't expect in a small crossover, we have packed and made available on the 500X for the market.
And I think you have, what, 5 different models, right? So it starts at 20,000 and goes up to about 28.
Yeah, the entry-level 500X starts at 20,000, and it's very nicely equipped with power windows and locks. And it goes all the way up to our top of the line at 28,000 is our Trekking Plus, which is the model we're in today with, standard leather and blind spot and cross path and some great other technology features.
How about if you load it up? Where do you get to?
I think you get to about 31,000 if you load it up with all-wheel drive and all the features. So you have a small crossover, and you're able to really put a lot of trunk space in here for the average user. The great thing about this vehicle is it's a fun car to drive, and you still can use it on an every day to go get groceries or go golfing or whatever you want to do. And all the seats fold flat, so that you can even customize it to fit even larger packages in the trunk area. Really holds.
60/40 folding split?
60/40 folding split, and then obviously the protection, so if you want something to be hidden, we also have a little cover for the rear cargo compartment.
All right, I don't know the answer to this. Full size or Space Saver spare?
All of our vehicles come with the Space Saver tire inflator kits.
Yep.
We have a compact spare available at the studios for you to purchase.
So that's a little like a little cubby hole to put stuff in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then if people want to get this car, when will it be available?
The 500X started production already, and the first boat actually left yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're expecting it to be in the next 30 days. It'll be in studios.
And is it built in Italy?
It's built in Melfi, Italy. Yep.
Okay. All right. So like May is when you could probably.
Yeah, mid-May. They're all coming in the east side of the country at first. So we're expecting by mid to late May the entire country having the 500X in the showroom.
Now this is a really kind of hot segment, right? Because you've got all kinds of manufacturers entering this. You've got the new Honda HR-V.
Yep.
You've got Nissan, who's established with the Juke. You have
Mazda CX-3.
Yeah. So
Trax.
Yeah, Trax. It's really popular. So what makes this a better vehicle?
One of the things that we did when we designed this vehicle is we wanted to not only have a very competitive vehicle for the small crossover, but we wanted to deliver those aspects that make the vehicle represent the Fiat brand, which is the fun to drive capability. The vehicle is really tuned for on-road handling. Then you add the all-wheel drive capability that gives you efficiency and security, and the look is just outstanding. So we're pretty pleased with the vehicle and can't wait to get it in the marketplace to get the customers. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time and showing us this vehicle. Thanks.
Thank you very.
I find it interesting that this vehicle shares a lot of mechanicals with its cousin, the Jeep Renegade, which we had a chance to drive, and frankly all of us seem to like. So this is a vehicle that already has an American cousin that is robust and capable. This is built for the street, and I cannot wait until TFL has a chance to take it up into the mountains and see what it can do. For the Fast Lane Car, this is Nathan Adlin. Don't forget to go to tflcar.com for news, views, and real-world reviews. Ciao.
Welcome to sunny Normandy, France. And what I have here in front of me today is a 2004 VW Touareg. Now, you may think this is just some random SUV, but somehow this car is unique. Coming up next on the Fast Lane Car. Yes, in fact, this particular engine here was not available in America. It's a TDI. Not a V10 TDI, not a V6 TDI. This is the R5 TDI. It puts out 174 horsepower, but get this, 295 pound-foot of torque. And the result is 23 miles per gallon combined, 18 city, 28 highway. So, because I have a manual transmission here, you guys may think performance, sportiness, not quite. Actually, first gear is way too short. You really start to feel the turbo lag in second gear though, where nothing happens under 2000 RPMs. So it means you constantly have to downshift, and when you do, yes, that's the rattle of rough old school diesel, the diesel that Americans hate and that Europeans are not so fond of, especially recently. So as you can see, first gear is very short. Second gear is fine, but then, yeah, that's floored. So you may ask, what's the point of having a manual transmission on this car? Because it's nowhere near a sports car. Yep, that's floored. So what's the point? My answer to this is some Europeans just won't get used to automatics. They just think that a manual transmission is part of the driving experience. And if you give them an automatic, they just won't buy it. They need to have that manual transmission option. Now, why did Volkswagen only put this transmission on this engine? I don't know. VW claims that you can get up to 28 miles per gallon on the highway with this car. Now, I've only managed up to 25 miles per gallon, but that was at 18 miles per hour. That's the cruising speed in Europe. So yeah, I think it's possible to get 28, but then again, where's the pleasure of driving? Yeah, you're paying for diesel, so in Europe here it's fine. Diesel is cheaper than gasoline, but in the US I can understand why Volkswagen didn't sell this car. Now, getting into the back seats of the Touareg is fairly easy, and I've got plenty of legroom here with this seat all the way back, so very comfortable for 4 people. But the middle seat is way too hard for long trips. Okay, so folding the back seats is fairly easy. All you need to do is lift that part here like that, and then this part. But there is a problem. That headrest needs to be removed before folding the seat. But Volkswagen has been smart here. There is a little slot here to put your headrest in. This, I believe, is the best place to sit in this car. The interior is very well made. There's quality materials. No, not so much hard plastics, except this glove box here, which feels, feels cheap. However, there is one thing that I love on this car is this really nice ambient lighting at night, which spreads all over the dash here. Really cool feature. The trunk is fairly big. I fit, and yeah, there's almost enough room for two. So all in all, I'd say this car is perfect for highway cruising at low speeds. That's 75, 80, maybe 85 miles per hour. You can stay in 6th gear, and you can comfortably sit, let's say 4 people in here, because the middle seat back here is not so comfortable. But yeah, I mean, you can drive like a pimp, elbow on the window. The materials here feels a bit hard, but it's okay even for long trips. I mean, yeah. Now keep in mind, I will try my best trying to shift from gear to gear, but I'm not a race car driver, and secondly, my only timer is my watch. Okay, so it's not gonna be very reliable, but just to give you an idea, okay? Okay, here we go. And 60. Okay, so that was 13.3 seconds. Okay, so not too bad for a diesel engine that gets 23 mpg combined, but we are at sea level here, not a mile above sea level, so you definitely expect more from the Touareg. So, on the TFL scale of buy it, lease it, rent it, or forget it, I have to say I don't know. I'm not Roman nor Nathan. This is not Colorado. But if you're in Europe on the market for a car that gets 23 miles per gallon, that you're only gonna be using on the highway for cruising, not high-speed driving, then this is the one to buy.